glad that you allow us to call you Emmanuel, and you asked us.
Yes, I love Emmanuel, like, just to be called the name.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody. We are doing our first podcast with, fixing that, with video. And this is my friend and my client, Emmanuel Logan Green.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Mr. Ruth. Thank you.
I'm so blessed that you're in my life.
No, I'm grateful to have you. Thank you. Like, when I first met you, you know, it's just had a huge impact on where I'm at now and where I'm headed.
Well, thank you. Tell the audience, how did we meet?
So we met, the NCAA allows student athletes to receive benefits for their name, image, and likeness. And I was just looking to get service, not really looking for any money, anything, but just looking to get service. And I was just looking to make some connections with some type of massage therapy or some type of like therapist, and use like my Instagram platform in exchange. And then I ran into you, and you were like the first person I called, called a few people that day, but just when we clicked off, it was just like your cause, you know, what you wanted me to do to help you, you helped me. It was just special. We met, yeah, that's basically like how we met. Basically just me looking for, you know, sponsorship and opportunity, and you gave me it.
You were really cute on the phone. I remember when you called, it felt like you were reading a script. Were you reading a script?
I wasn't, no. Okay. It was hard.
And I know how hard it is to cold call.
Yeah. So
I really appreciated what you were saying, and I was listening, and I was thinking to myself, I don't have time for this. You know, I'm just gonna let them finish, but how cute this is, you know. And then I think I told you no, and then I thought about it.
Yes, that is right. No, that is right. You said, thank you so much for everything, but I'm already good, like just with everything. And I think like a couple of weeks later, like we figured something out. We definitely figured something out.
I know. I thought about it, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna call you back. Yeah. You know what we didn't talk about, or actually it didn't get videoed, and I think it'd be good, is the visualization. You were talking about how you were talking and how that worked for you, like in that play.
Oh yeah. So you know, we worked on going into that game. We worked on just manifesting the play, manifesting, you know, and as a returner, you know, just in any play, I know that I'm gonna need my teammates. So the lesson that you gave me was to make a connection, you know, without anything verbal with them. Simply just by, you know, taking some time to myself to manifest the play, see it through, see it happening, and communicate with my teammates in a non-verbal way, in a spiritual way, to where the connection, the chemistry is just there naturally. And what it is that I did was each guy on our special teams, I just had a moment with them, and I mentioned to them that I trust them, I believe in them. We have a job to accomplish. Let's get it done. And really just more than anything, stressing that I trust them. You know, just trying to get the best out of them. And in that play, like you can see, I'm sorry. Yeah, in that play, you can see guys just going 100% just to get the play. Yeah. Like just to complete the mission, you know.
It was an exciting play.
Very. And one thing we did talk about that I didn't do was manifest my opponents. And I was spending so much time just thinking about my teammates and our job, our assignment, that I just forgot to manifest my opponents, trying to get them to understand that I have a mission, I have a goal, and that I'm not trying to embarrass them, but I just need them to, you know, basically escort me to the end zone, you know, and lead the way, you know. But I didn't do that. I didn't manifest my opponent, and one guy was, he nearly wasn't touched the entire play. And he ended up tackling me. I believe he was on the 7-yard line. But
yes, you almost made it.
Just overall, it was first, it was a great exercise, and to be able to execute and play it out and live it out, and then be able to reflect on it. It's amazing that, like, you know, you think about something, you work on it, and then it actually happens. You get results, you know.
Yeah, it was really nice to see in person. That was very cool.
Oh yeah.
You know, about that manifestation and like to put what you need onto your opponents, I think that's probably the hardest part.
It really is. It is.
Describe to me how you feel about that, because like the way I see it is that you have a higher purpose of what you want football, where you want it to take you in your life. And that's the why, right? That's the why you want to play well.
Exactly.
And then you have to explain that in your visualization and like spiritually to your opponents.
Right.
Is that how, so tell me how you hear that, and how do you think you can do that in the future?
Oh yeah. I most definitely gonna like practice this in the future. Just game to game, even practice, you know, even manifesting practice. It's a great tool just to see what you want to be done and being able to get it done. You know, I think it starts off with, you know, seeing it first and seeing it without doing it. And what I mean by that is just by visualizing it, manifesting it. But it's a great tool. It's a great way to, you know, find success in a way. You know, you have to see it, and you have to know it's there, and it's reachable and attainable. So being able to do that, and you know, I've never done that before. If it wasn't for you, but it was a great experience just because of the results.
Yeah, I remember that when you scored the touchdown too. It was so exciting.
Oh yeah,
just watching that happen, and it was just really great. Great throw, great catch, and then I remember you went down on your knees.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, and I could hear them saying, "I trust you, Manny."
Yeah, there's one teammate till this day, like he sees me every time. He just says, "I trust you." He doesn't even say hi. Like he's just like, "I trust you."
I trust you.
I prefer that before more than a greeting. Like someone just walks up to you in the morning, "I trust you." I trust you too. Like, you know.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's really good. You know where that came from?
Where?
When I was in 5th grade, I had just started playing the drums because I was so fidgety all the time. And so I started playing the drums with this guy named Jesse Sawyer. And he was a great, great drummer. And he told me, you need to be able to hear and play the rhythm in your head before you play it with your hands. And then I want you to sing it to me before you play it.
Okay.
So I've learned, I sing it in my head.
Yeah.
I sing it in my head, and then I can sing it with my mouth, and then I can play it.
Right.
And then I was able to try to do that in sports too. And see, I think it really works.
No, it definitely does. And I definitely plan to spend more time in just manifesting in general. Like, it don't even have to be on the field.
That's
like,
right.
It can be in work. It can be like, you know, approaching something that, like, you know, you're not quite sure about, but you know, you set a plan in your head, you set it in your head how you want it to go, and you'll be good, you know. So
yes, I absolutely agree. Finding a wife.
Oh yeah,
we've talked about that before.
Yeah, for sure.
I know that's coming, and I'm excited to meet her at some point.
One day, someday.
Just manifest.
Yeah, I'm manifesting that.
Here's what I say about that. I've told you this before, is like, she's out there too.
Yeah.
Being lonely.
Right.
Going, oh, I'm never gonna find my man. And just keep talking to her. What's that one song by Michael Bublé? I haven't met you yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one for that.
I just can't wait for my time to come, you know.
Oh yeah. You're young.
I know.
And I'm sure you're going to be a great teacher of manifestation and visualization to the people you coach.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're going to understand it so much better. I mean, you just by going through it, you know, you go in through it in your mind, but when, like you said, when you play it out, it's like, whoa, that worked.
It worked. Like, and almost, to be honest, in a way, the way that play happened, it's like I almost seen it already. You know, like it might have not been as in fine detail, but like it's like I was definitely zigzagging across the field. Like I did all the pointing around. Like I'm pointing around, orchestrating the play as if like, all right, like as if I'm a director,
a conductor.
Yeah, like
conductor of the play.
Yeah, I'm making a film or something. You get over there. You get over there. And
what did you do? The commentator? He's directing traffic.
Yeah. It's because I manifested so much. I needed everybody to be in place, you know?
You're not there yet. I trust you.
Yeah.
You go over that way. Oh, that was so cute. I could hear it from the stands when you were like, I trust you.
Oh, yeah.
It was very, very cute.
I had to tell almost 20, 30 guys that just, I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. It's just.
It matters.
It does. It really does.
And then when you hear it, and then when it has a touch.
Right.
We were talking about that.
Then that connection sinks in, and that chemistry is just locked in.
Eye contact.
Right.
A touch with it, and then that's the whole thing about the body. It holds things. Like we were talking about grief.
Yeah.
That's going to keep coming up. But with trust, same thing. Like you can feel it when you touch somebody, you say you trust them, eye contact, and you're like, ooh, I trust him, and he trusts me. And that is powerful. I love that part of human beings.
Yes.
Do you like people in general?
I love people.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the people. So I'm a people's person.
Me too. You know? I just see the best in people, and even when they're the worst, I try to, bring that out. I think that's what our job is.
No, it is. I think it is.
God's people. That's what I see. Yes. Like to try to live our lives serving. Mm-hmm. I think you and I have that in common.
That's what I like to do. I like to serve, you know, serve others. You know, I've been serving this entire year, serving my whole life, putting others before myself, you know.
Okay, so what do you do to put yourself first?
What do I do to put myself first?
Yeah, to de-stress, to...
I think, you know, when you can find something that brings you joy, brings you peace and happiness. For me, like if I wanted to, you know, how would I take care of myself? Maybe yoga, you know, have some alone time, put on some, you know, some good music, some relaxing music, and just go through the flow, you know, and something physical, a little physically challenged, mentally sharpens up, you know, your awareness to be present. So I think that's how I kind of probably find time, like, or just stretching. It doesn't even have to be yoga. I mean, yoga, stretching, they're cousins.
They're cousins.
Yeah. So
how about that hiking that we did?
Hiking as well.
Have you done much hiking before that?
Just a little bit, not a lot, but I went on probably like 2 to 3 hiking trails prior to that. But hiking for sure, yes.
Man, I hope we get to do Hayman's in your days back when you're here. It'd be so fun to go up there because it is magical up there.
Yes.
I'd really like to take you there. If not next time, maybe the next time after that. All right, so let me just recap. So you're doing yoga. So you like to do physical things for de-stressing.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. I don't see yoga as too physical, you know.
Really?
I mean, it can get...
kicks my butt.
Yeah.
It depends, I guess.
It depends. Because, like, I'll be in the... I mean, child's pose is the easiest pose, but maybe like the Warrior One pose. Or
have you ever done hot yoga?
Oh, no, and I'm not looking forward to it. Hot yoga is very physical.
Oh, that's what I do, I guess. I've never actually, in the last 20 years, I haven't done a regular yoga class. Right. I go to hot yoga because one of my best girlfriends teaches, you know. And
I think hot yoga is for conditioning. It's for...
You get stuff out of your body, though. Like, you just sweat so much.
I
would highly recommend it.
A good cleanse and detox.
That's why you say, oh, yeah, yoga's not that. What?
Yeah, I'm not thinking hot yoga. I don't even sweat during yoga, so like...
Oh, well, then you might not be doing it right. I mean, I'm not a yoga teacher. I'm way too ADHD. I try, but... I hold it for a little bit.
Yes.
It's pretty bad.
But yoga definitely. I think after I'm done, when football's all said and done for me, I might not be lifting as much as weight. I might be doing more yoga than anything, to be honest.
I'm telling you, flexibility if people were more flexible, I would be out of a job.
Right.
Absolutely. Like it causes injury when they're not flexible, especially, you know, after 30, then after 40, then after 50. Like if they aren't flexible, then they just start hurting themselves. Even like, you know, turning in the car to get something, or putting stuff up in the, you know, groceries, or they just go to, you know, to like tie their shoes and their back gets hurt. And but I can see that flexibility really makes that helpful. You know what else I see about flexibility is that the more flexible I see in people's bodies, almost always coordinates with how much flexibility they have in their mind and spirit. You know, if they're real, they're usually really, really tight.
Right.
I think it's really interesting.
I mean, for me, I think pretty flexible outside of physically, because physically I'm not flexible.
Well, you're flexible except your hamstrings.
Yes, that is true.
I mean, everything else. Do you have an exercise ball?
A yoga ball?
Yeah.
I don't.
All right, I might have one in the car, in the garage, because you got to do that one.
Yes.
That we're doing, because it's so easy.
It's a full body.
Yeah.
Full body.
It's so easy, and like if I have the pump, I think, so you could flatten the ball and then take it with you. So I think you're very flexible. I agree.
I'm working on it.
I mean, in your mind and your spirit.
Yeah. I try to be.
What do you think someone with a flexible spirit and mind, what's the difference?
Flexible.
If they're not flexible, what's different from you?
I don't think it's nothing wrong with being flexible.
Here comes Fred.
Or like if you're, I don't know. I think flexible, I mean, I would describe somebody like you. You're flexible in the mind, body, and spirit. Like you're really open to, you know, people's belief, and you help them, you know, build onto that belief, you know. And that's what I respect about you the most is,
thank you.
You know, how encouraging you are in people's spirituality, regardless what it is. So yeah, I mean, if I had to explain like a flexible or you know, mind, body, and spirit, it'll be you.
Thanks, man. It's been so much fun having you around.
Yes.
We're gonna miss you. We when we describe you, we say that you're our adopted son.
Yeah.
So
it's a nice label.
Yeah. I mean, you're always welcome. Anything else that we should podcast about and film? Look at it's filming.
I'm glad it's still going.
It was a genius with the mirror.
Yeah.
So we can see, you know, you're much smarter than I am technology-wise, but that doesn't take much.
The mirror is not technology.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm good with everything but the technology.
Whoa.
Sometimes my phone gets me.
You know, we didn't get any of the tough subjects on film. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes.
Because I think it's important. All right, so let's start that so I can edit. So let's see. So we talked about some tough subjects that your generation especially is really struggling with, and that is marijuana, other drugs, alcohol, pornography, gun violence in general. So what say you? And you and I have talked about this before, just so the audience is clear. In our coaching, it's very important for us to talk about it.
No, most definitely.
So that I understand and you understand how you use things to settle your body. And I think that it's great to know what you're doing so that you can shift it to do something more healthier. I guess.
No, I agree with you saying. I think with some of these things, like the drugs and the pornography, the alcohol, I can say for those specifically, it's more of a coping thing. As for us humans, you know, we try to find an outlet in ways that you know it's not healthy for us, you know, and in ways we're trying to fill the void, you know. And I'm speaking for myself because I'm a guy who's been watching porn, who's been, you know, smoking, who's been, you know, drinking. I'm not perfect, you know, and I am who I am, and I'm growing to be who I'm meant to be, and I'm a work in progress, you know. And for myself, you know, I try to be real with myself. There is times that I can have weak moments, but what I try to do is stack days on top of each other. Take it one day at a time, and you know, just avoid the temptation, because our eyes are the end gate into our bodies, our minds, our heart, our eyes, and our ears. Mainly our eyes, because our eyes are going to see it first. You know, light travels faster than sound, right?
Right. That's true.
Now I think we have to be sensitive. We have to be sensitive to our spirits, our hearts, our minds. We have to be sensitive to the things we intake. And I think, like, I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, Instagram doesn't help. You know, I scroll through Instagram, I scroll through Twitter and Snapchat, like, and you know, I see, you know, these half-naked girls who, you know, in all reality, I'm attracted to, but they're not good for me. And I know I need to avoid them, and I know I need to overcome, because let's be real, like, let's not sugarcoat around it and work our way. It's all an addiction, you know.
Yes, good point.
You know, it's all an addiction, and I'm not gonna call it anything else. But I know, like, I need to overcome these addictions just to live the life that I want to live. I want to be a married man, you know, and see nothing, you know, lustful and sexual in any other way, like, but my woman, you know. I want to be a sharp guy, you know. I want to be, you know, responsible and accountable, and I want to, you know, so I gotta bring my attention and my awareness every day, and you know, like, it's all these things, you know. It's a way to cope and try to fill a void that we need to really, I would say, really be real with ourselves, really try to spend time with ourselves to figure out what's causing it, how to stop it, what are what's the word called, strongholds that leads you back to, you know, these actions. And anyway, I do research myself. I do research myself, like, what ways can I stop this? How can I stop this? And, you know, just as confident as I talk about being confident in football or being confident in whatever it is you confident in, you have to be confident in a problem, in an issue like this. And for myself, you know, going through what I'm going through, like, I'm confident that I'll overcome this. You know, I'm confident I am. Like I said, I'm a work in progress. So
I think you know your why. You know, some people don't. And having talked to you about this at length, and I'm really happy to hear it. It's so smooth coming out of you, and I know that you are ready to teach this.
Yes.
You're ready to help some young men underneath you, and younger than you or older than you, because it is a big problem. No one wants to talk about it, and I think it goes really, really young, and it's TikTok and Instagram. They're terrible. YouTube, even, you can go. We really have to protect our eyes. Yes. Because, like, you'll see something and you'll take a double take. That double take got you. It got you. It might not come up within that minute or that second or even an hour, but maybe later that night, maybe the next day. Like, we really have to protect our eyes, protect what we intake, you know. And interesting. That's a good way to say that. Yes. Huh. Okay. Just staying sensitive. It's okay to be a little sensitive. Like, for myself, I feel like I'm a strong man myself. Like, but I'm okay to be sensitive. You know, I'm okay to protect, you know, my inner spirit. You know, I'm growing. I'm growing. I know I can't wait to look back at this and I'm like, wow, this is how far you came. And even to show my kids this so that they can even, you know, just learn from this. They can learn from this, and they can avoid even just living, like, going through, like, living like this, really. I agree. This is an interesting time in history where, like, girls, 12-year-olds can sell snapshots of their body for money, and there's no stopping it. There's no, what is it called? Any laws against it. It's foul. It's filthy. To be honest, like, a lot of people don't know this, but the U.S. is
leading the world in pornographic images and pornographic videos. You know, yeah, it's sad. It's sad, and
we don't like to go there. Just like when we were talking about the sex trafficking in the city, people don't want to talk about it.
Right.
They want to give money. They want to, you know, but there's a blind eye, and for sure, I remember hearing about it, and I had no idea that it was happening. I remember crying, just like, what are you talking about? And then going to Shelly's place, and then seeing the homeless down Zuni, and there's Wyoming and Central. There's that area.
The Dream Center.
Yeah. But you know, I commend you for saying this on here.
Oh, yeah.
And for just, there isn't one person though that I've worked with who hasn't been forthright and just been like, you know, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And
Right.
I don't, you know, haven't talked to anybody who's like, woo, kid, this is great.
Yeah.
You know, and those poor people who are, especially the women who are doing pornography, not all of them, most of them don't want to be doing it. And they're either getting paid or forced to do that in a way that they don't have choice. And I don't think that's talked about either. You know what I'd like to do is take pictures of the men who are paying for sex with really young women, girls.
Expose them.
Yeah, because no one talks about that either. If that was put on a main,
Right.
you know, on TV or on a billboard, you know.
It's, to be honest, it's higher ups. You know, it's higher ups, and all we can do is, you know, set awareness to the people in our community. Set awareness to our neighbors. You know, set a neighbor like to our friends, and
yeah,
it's. I mean, honestly, to me personally, like I feel like this world is really cruel. It's wicked. It's really honestly, it's bound for destruction. But what makes it beautiful and the bright side of this world is the people that's in it. It's the people that's in it. And I think our purpose here is to serve each other, is to lift each other up and encourage each other, you know, to just live a better life, really. So I mean, the world's a scary place, but we got each other.
That's right. You know, I agree. I mean, I think I find comfort and see love and joy in different people during my days. And it's so fun when you can see that glow in someone else, or like just an act of kindness, like with a smile. There's a couple, I mean, quite a few things didn't get talked about. And one of the things is with Shelly, like your involvement with helping others. So let's start there.
So I met Miss Shelly through you. We had dinner, and I was there to see what I can do. How can I make an impact, you know, with what it is she's supporting. And so we found the best way for me to get involved and get others involved, and that's just by being hands-on. And she gave us a few care packages for anybody that's in need, and I was able to, like, you know, I haven't, you know, been able to get each package to each person, but I'm still working on that. But I've been able to get it out and just supply those in need with what they need, and also give them the information that there is hope, you know, in a facility, and you know, and just eating or clothes or just a place to get away, a place to feel safe. So I was able to really be hands-on, and you know, I was just like glad that, you know, that was my role.
It's been hard to find teenagers. Have you found that? Like, I have those packages in my car.
Right. So that's what I was telling you the other times. Like, at first it was hard for me to actually find a teenager. I found one, but like other than that, like, they're not around. They're hiding. And the only time I've experienced seeing another homeless teenager in the area was when I went on a ride along with the Albuquerque Police Department, and we found this guy in a abandoned store back storage, and he wasn't messing with anyone, but you know, the officer got a call that this abandoned place their door was open and they didn't know whether people was walking in and out, and he just so happened to be in the back in the storage just sleeping. And I'm standing from afar just seeing how, you know, just everything goes and the operation, and he asked him how old he was, and I think he said he was like 17, 18.
For myself, I'm 23. I'm just looking like, dang, like that's like this man, like he just graduated high school, you know, and it's just unfortunate to see him like that, you know. It was really honestly like sad for me to just to see that. Like I've never like really seen somebody that young, like just so unfortunate. And that's why, you know, I'm involved with, you know, you, Miss Shelley, like, and I'm gonna continue to do my part, you know, continue to do what I can do, even from afar. Like I want to stay in contact. I wonder what it is I can do so I can help, because I think it's important. Like we help the people in need, you know.
I agree.
Spend a lot of time thinking about ourselves, you know, or just spending time on ourselves, or rather than helping those who are in need, you know.
I agree. I'm glad you're going to keep doing it.
Yes.
I think you will.
Yes, for sure.
I really think that it's not something you're just saying.
No, yeah. I definitely want to be hands-on. Like, I'm not afraid to, you know, I would say, like just be down to earth, you know.
What would you say to a young football player who's about to, who isn't getting recruited but wants to be recruited? What would you tell that young man?
I would say first, believe in yourself. Believe that you're able to receive that scholarship that you're looking for. First and foremost, that's where it starts at. It starts with you. Then I would say to just work hard. And anybody can say just work hard, but like you have to do what you need to do to get to where you want to be. You need to be ready. You know what I mean? Like you can't be looking for a scholarship and not be putting the work in. You know, the work needs to be put in.
When you say do the work,
like just
so like they need to be in shape, and
I would say, when I mean by do the work,
that?
Perfecting your craft, whatever it is you're doing, swimming, basketball, baseball, football, soccer, like it can be anything. Whatever you're doing, you need to be putting in the work, perfecting your craft. That's what I mean by putting in the work. And like at times you can get discouraged, like simply because you might not be getting the look that you deserve. But just know that everything's gonna work out if you continue to work hard. Like for me personally, like in high school, I got scholarships early, and I think I handled it the right way. I mean, it came so fast and so early, like, and in a way, as a young kid, like, I always wanted, of course, a scholarship to a college and stuff like that, but I didn't know it was gonna come as fast as it did. But in a way, like, I knew how good I was. So when it started to come in, I was like, I deserve this. You know what I'm saying? I was either gonna get it now or later. You know what I mean? And that was high school though. High school scholarships start to come in fast. I go into junior college and it got real slow. So it's the opposite. Now I'm like, dang, like I know I'm that player that I've always been. You know, and if anybody give me that chance or that opportunity, like I know I'm gonna give them what they're looking for. But what I continue to do is continue to perfect my craft. And whatever coach called me, I was gonna be ready. And at the same time too though, I didn't take no for an answer. I was sending as many emails out as I can, sending as many texts out as I can, contacting coaches that I know to see if they can get me in contact with any other school, and contacting coaches that contact them. Like I'm like putting in the work on the field and off the field. Like,
and you did that in junior college?
I did that in junior college.
All right.
Yeah.
And so how many texts do you think you sent? How
many texts? Like, so I triple text a coach. I make sure you know, like, how many texts I sent. I probably text like about 10 different coaches, email probably those same 10 different coaches. Like, they gonna make sure they hear from me.
Yes.
But
good. I didn't know that. Good for you.
I was like, yeah, I was just like,
you're a hard worker though.
Is it persistent? Like I was just persistent. I was on it. Like I wasn't gonna stop. Like they had to hear from me. Like they had to at least see my film. Like
see, that's how like you can really help kids, young men, young women who don't know how to work like that hard. They don't know how to pursue that what they want. You're gonna be good at that.
But like if we rewind this.
Yep.
The first thing I mentioned was believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Like you can't have any of that if you have any doubt whether you can do it or not. You know, like the questioning part, whether like you're gonna get that scholarship, that offer you're looking for, you have to cut it into it, and you have to look and be more optimistic and think, okay, when that scholarship comes in, I'm gonna be ready. You know, but it all starts with believing in yourself. Like I think I gotten this far because I really believe in myself. I believe in who I am. I love who I'm like growing to be. Like I'm not perfect. Yeah, I'm not perfect, but like I know like I'm going in a direction in who I want to be. And yeah, it starts with me.
We had that great conversation that I don't know. Do you mind if I share the one? I know I'm sharing a lot. The one we were talking about when you have a manifestation, you visualize talking to your opponents, and you know they're coming at you. You don't want them to look bad,
right?
But you were saying, I have a bigger cause than just football,
right?
And so I need them to see that for just a second. Right. So I don't want you to look bad, but I need you to miss me.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just miss me.
Yeah.
And I love that because, talk about what is the bigger cause? I mean, because your platform is football right now.
The bigger cause.
It's going to be something different, Yeah. Right?
To be honest.
At some point.
For me, honestly, the bigger cause is to really, set an example on who I am in my faith and how I live and just really, impact as much as people as I can, and in a way that's gonna take them for life. They can use what I've they learned from me just forever. And the big my purpose in playing football, why I enjoy football so much is the camaraderie. It's the people. So it's bigger than football. And anytime I say it's bigger than football, what's bigger than football? The people. The people that's involved. I get the ball's the most important thing on the field, but who put this together? Who's on the field? Who's in the booth? Who's in the stands? Who has the stats? Who's commentating it? Who's writing reports on it?
Who's filming it?
It's so many people involved, and if I'm able to impact those people in a way they look at me man, he's a good guy. Let me try to be the best I can be. How he's trying to be the best he can be, So that's all. Just setting a good example more than anything.
You walk the walk, my friend. You don't just talk the talk.
I try. I really try. Like I said, I'm not perfect, and I'm really trying to basically live what I believe. I'm a work in progress, and my creator knows that. And I'm a work in progress, and I'm trying to get to that level and that point to where he wants me. And I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm living, and I'm praying my way through. And I need to pray more. And I know that'll help for sure.